With nothing more than his bare hands, one man confronted and battled raging bulls. That man was the master of karate, Mas Oyama. To demonstrate the power of his karate, Oyama crushed rocks and bricks and challenged all comers to bare-fisted, no-holds-barred duels. He defeated all who faced him. Very quickly, young men fascinated with Oyama's karate gathered to train and learn. Oyama's fame spread across the globe. To develop the whole body into a weapon through the absolute extremes of training. To develop a spirit unshaken before all trials. This karate is an art aimed at mastery of both the physical and spiritual. This is Kyokushin karate. These instructional videos were produced for the purpose of standardizing Kyokushin karate worldwide in accordance with the wishes of Mas Oyama.
To begin with, I shall explain the dojo etiquette in detail. First, the standing bow. With correct posture, stand in Shizen Tai. Bring the fists to the opposite ears. From this position, cut the fists across the body. Extend the spine and bow the head 30 to 40 degrees. Take care not to bow the head so deeply that you lose clear vision of the opponent's movement. As far as possible, maintain vision and awareness of any movement from both the front and sides. Return to the original position. With the kneeling bow, I will begin by first explaining the correct way to sit in Seiza. From Shizentai, withdraw the left foot slightly and kneel. Bring the right foot back and drop the hips. As the hips drop, bring the fists to the top of the thighs and place them there deliberately. The distance between the knees is approximately 2 to 3 widths of the fists wide. In this position, extend the spine fully, relax and drop the shoulders. The fists are placed 1 fist width off the end of the thighs. Visualize an equilateral triangle with the fists at the base. Extend the spine and bow the head, looking towards the top of the triangle. Again, do not drop the head too low. As with the standing bow, remain aware of the opponent's movements. From there, return to Seiza.
とこのようにしてください。この位置から、再び、立ち方ですけれども、座った、時と、全く逆にまず右足を立てて、その上で左足を戻して自然体に戻ります。はい、整列。
With the seirets, or the lineup, the highest grade stands at the right end of the front row. From there, the students line up in order of rank. Please obey this method of lining up in class.
正座。正座して親善礼。黙祷。黙祷目師範礼。
はい、それではこれから稽古を始めます。はい、立って。
おっす。正座。正座して親善礼。道場君、一つ我々は心身を練麻し各校罰の真偽を極めることを一つ我々は部の真髄を極め気に発し管理人になることを一つ我々は私立合計をもって自己の精神を寛容することを一つ我々は礼節を重んじ頂上軽視粗暴の振る舞いを慎むことを一つ我々は神仏を尊び健常の美徳をせざることを一つ我々は知性と体力とを向上させことに臨んで過ちざることを一つ我々は生涯の修行を空手の道に通じ極真の道を全うすることを黙祷。黙祷目師範礼。先輩にありがとうございました。お互いにありがとうございました。
はい、立って。
おっす。
はい、これをもって稽古終わります。おっす。
おっす。
おっす。おっしゃいました。
I will begin with the correct formation of the Seiken fist. Open the hand wide and beginning with the little finger, try to bring the fingertips to the base joint of the fingers. Roll the fingers tightly. To finish, take the thumb across as if to wrap the whole fist as tightly as possible. As the fist is formed, try to feel as though the center of the seiken is being squeezed tightly from both sides of the fist. The actual part of the fist used to strike is the area of the forefinger and the middle finger between the first and second joints. This is the area used and known as seiken. Next is uraken. The hand is gripped exactly the same way as the seiken. The striking area is the area directly behind the seiken knuckles. Depending on the situation, sometimes the whole back of the hand may also be used. Next is shito, or knife hand. As with the seiken, the hand is first opened widely. From this position, whereas with the seiken, the power of the hand is concentrated towards the center, With the shito, the feeling is as if you are trying to stretch the back of the hand. The four fingers are pressed together lightly, and the thumb is pulled towards the back of the hand. Take care not to let the thumb fold in towards the palm. The striking area is from the first joint of the little finger to the start of the wrist. The outside, inside, and center sections are used depending on the circumstances. Next is the empi, or elbow. Bend the arm tightly. The empi striking area is the front of the elbow, or, depending on the situation, the tip of the elbow, or even the back of the elbow. As far as possible, the elbow should be bent tightly. When striking, take care not to have the radius and ulna side by side. Have the forearm bones in line with the strike and facing the opponent. Next is tetsui, or bottom fist. The tetsui is simply the hand closed in seiken, but striking with the shito area. Form a tight fist and strike with the bottom of the hand. This is called tetsui. With the nukite, the hand is formed in the same way as shito. Take care, however, that when you strike with the nukite, if the hand is arched towards the back of the hand, as in shito, the power will be lost on impact and you will injure the hand and wrist. So be sure to keep the hand straight. In fact, you will find that you may want to angle the hand slightly. As far as possible, make the fingertips a single unit. Concentrate fully on the fingertips as you strike. Next is shokei, or palm heel. The shokei is formed by first making a shuto, then bending the wrist back strongly. The striking area is not so much the center of the palm, but the heel of the palm in line with the forearm bones. Be sure to bend the wrist fully back and concentrate on the striking area at the heel of the palm. This is called shokei.
小艇と言います。肉の一番厚いところですね。
The koken. The koken is the opposite of the shokei. You bend the wrist forward and use this point here, this point on the wrist. This is used for blocks as well as attacks. Oyama Sosai taught that when the koken is used to the side, the thumb is on the base of the middle finger. When the koken is used vertically, the thumb is on the base of the ring finger. Be aware of this point. If you don't bend the wrist strongly, the point of the koken won't protrude correctly. Bend the wrist as tightly as possible. Next is the haito, or ridge hand. The Haito uses the opposite side, the inside of the hand in the Shuto position. However, whereas the thumb is pulled back in Shuto, in Haito the thumb is pressed in towards the palm. The striking surface is the base of the forefinger to the wrist. This is Haito, the hand used on the opposite side of Shuto.
手刀に対する背に当たる部分、これを背刀と呼びます。はい、中足です。
Next is Chusoku. The Chusoku is the ball of the foot, the front part of the sole. The heel is pulled back tightly and the foot is extended. The toes are also pulled back so the foot strikes in line with the bones of the leg.
この前足底の位置を中足と言います。
Next is Haisoku. To form Haisoku, the toes are fully extended. The Haisoku is simply the instep of the foot. The heel is pulled back and the toes extended strongly. This is very important to prevent injury. Next is the kakato. Of course, you all know that kakato means heel. Just be aware that when using the heel for a kick, you should flex the ankle and pull the toes back strongly towards the knee, the opposite of haisoku. Depending on the circumstances, you may use the outside of the heel, or in the case of kakato otoshi, axe kick, or ushiro moashi, spin back kick, the back at the tip of the heel bone. You must be very careful not to hit and possibly injure the Achilles tendon. Take note of this. Next is hiza, or the knee. The knee is to the lower body what the elbow is to the upper body. It is very important that you flex the leg fully when you strike with the knee. That is a fundamental of all knee techniques. Be careful not to hit the kneecap. Hit with the area around the kneecap, the front top of the knee when you thrust forward, the inside of the knee, or the top when kicking up. There are various ways to use the knee. Next is the sune, or shin. From the knee to the ankle, we use the whole shin bone. The shin is one of the weakest and most painful parts of the body, so it must be trained and hardened. If it is trained well, though, it becomes a very powerful attacking weapon, as being very effective in defense. This is sune, or shin. Next is sokuto, the knife edge of the foot. For sokuto, the ankle is flexed up and the sole turned inwards. The protruding edge of the heel is the striking area, not the front of the foot. Turn the sole in, flex the heel back strongly and strike with the side of the heel. That is sokuto. This is very good, particularly for kicking to the side. Beyond the weapons of the body just explained, there are numerous other parts which may be used. the second knuckles used in hiraken,
先を折り曲げて使う平剣、
the joint of the thumb,
指の
and the joints of the forefinger and middle finger.
人差し指一本剣、中指一本剣、
Also, toho, the inside part of the thumb and forefinger.
親指から人差し指の
As well, the fist is gripped strongly, and you have the
それ
wanto,
から拳をしっかりと握って使う
or forearm,
ワント
the outside and inside forearm.
また肩で体当たりする
Also, there are times when you can use the shoulder, and of course the headbutt. With the foot, you may also block or attack with teisoku,
足の裏を使って
the sole of the foot.
使う場合、足の裏を使います。これは低速です。
The tips of the toes may be tightened and used similarly to the nukite spear hand to attack.
指先で相手に攻撃をかけて
The ankle can also be used as a weapon. When you train, don't overlook these body weapons as well.
も忘れないように稽古をするようにしてください。
I'll continue now with an explanation of the stances. This first position is shizentai, natural or ready stance. From there we go to heisokudachi. Close the inside edges of the feet together. This is heisokudachi. From there, with the weight on the heels, turn the toes out 45 to 60 degrees, as though the heels are joined together. This is musubidachi. Take the weight to the toes and take the heels out until the feet are parallel. This is heikodachi, or parallel stance. Now pivot on the heels and take the toes out. The feet in this position are the same as the figure 8 in Japanese, so it is called outside figure 8 stance, or soto hachijidachi. From there the weight goes to the toes and the heels are pushed out. This is an inside figure 8 stance. This is uchi hachijidachi. The ankles, knees and hips are dropped slightly. From this stance, one foot is pushed forward, 1 foot length. I have my right foot forward, so this is migi sanchindachi. From sanchindachi, with the weight on the toes, bring the heels in until the feet are parallel. This is moroashidachi. From here the weight goes to the toes again and the heels are shifted. Turn to the side and drop the weight. Place 70% of the weight on the back leg and 30% on the front. This is kokutudachi, back stance. Now retract the front foot and lift the heel strongly into neko ashidachi, or cat stance. The front foot is approximately 2 foot lengths forward. From here, twist on the ball of the foot and sit down into the stance as though the feet are hooked together. This is kake ashidachi. Return to the front and withdraw the legs straight back, about 2 shoulder widths. The width is the same as the heikodachi, the width of the shoulders. Stand as if on a rectangle, 1 shoulder width wide and 2 shoulder widths long. Stretch the back leg straight and bend the front leg deeply. 70% of the weight is on the front leg and 30% on the back. The toes of the front foot point straight ahead and the toes of the back foot are about 45 degrees. This is zenkotsudachi. From here, turn on the balls of the feet and bring the feet parallel. Maintain the double shoulder width. This is kibadachi, horse riding stance. Now, turn the toes out 45 degrees so the feet are at 90 degrees to each other. This is shikodachi, or sumo stance. Lift the foot straight up so the heel is at the opposite knee. This is tsuruashidachi, crane stance. We then return to shizentai, ready stance. I'd like to now explain sanchindachi. With good posture in shizentai,
On yoi, cross the arms and drop the breath to the lower abdomen. This is the preparatory position for all stances. From here, take the toes of the front foot to the toes of the opposite foot and lightly drop the hips. At the same time, the arms cross in front of the groin. Take the foot in a half circle to the correct position and continue with a double uchiuke. One fist fits under the waki or armpit and the arms are bent at 90 degrees. The fists are 1 fist width outside of the arm. The weight is dropped down on your center line. Stand straight with good posture from yoi, then kamaete. Move this way. This is the correct sanchin dachi.
これが三鎮立ちの立ち方です。
Now the mawashi yuke. One hand's palm is held at eye height and horizontal. The other hand is brought across with the wrist slightly touching the tip of the elbow. From there, the top hand goes inside and blocks gedan with either shotei, palm heel, or shito, knife hand. The other hand blocks up with either the shito or a kake, hooking motion. Draw a large circle with the hands and retract them fully. Then strike shotei to the center line, the chin and the groin. Close the waki as you strike. The opposite is also the same. The palm is at eye height, the fingers are pushed out and the wrist meets the upper elbow. The top hand and the lower forearm are parallel to the floor. From there, the arm blocking down circles inside and the arm blocking up is on the outside, both arms defending across the center line. Turn a large circle and withdraw, then strike with the palm heels.
回し受けです。
Next is shito mawashi yuke. The front hand, haito or ridge hand, joins the shotei, palm heel, of the back hand. From the ready position, the fingertips of the front hand go inside of the back hand and they both come to behind the ear. From there, the hands draw a large circle above the head. When the hands come to face height, they separate, the back hand going to the front of the solar plexus and the front hand blocking down. Fingertips are at eye height. The front shoulder is relaxed and the waki closed with a fist width under the armpit and the elbow at 90 degrees. The fingertips of the back hand point towards the opponent and the body is in hammi or side-on position.
はい、準備運動をいたします。はい、帯の横持って、はい、指の運動、足の指の運動は1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、右足出して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。膝上げて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対。はい、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。はい、伸ばして。中足返して、かかとを返して、はい、よく振ってください。はい、反対。はい、左足。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、膝上げて。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。はい、伸ばして、中足、かかと返して、はい、よく振って。はい、膝を持って屈伸。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。はい、2、3、4、5、6、7。はい、膝回して、1、2、3、4、5。はい、ロー反対。1、2、3、4、5。はい、ロー。はい、腰持って大きく押しました。1、2、3、4、5。 5、はい、よ、反対は1、2、3、4、5、はい、よ。はい、アキレス腱帯のこもって、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、新脚です。はい、1、2、3、2、2、3、3、2、3、4、2、3。はい、今度大きく返して、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、前後開脚。はい、右を向いて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。反対。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、中央。はい、1、2、3、4、6、7、8、9、10。腰を下ろして。はい、右から。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。はい、正面に。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10。胸から腹がつくように。はい、直れ。はい、足を閉じて。はい、前に。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。はい、10。ずっと伸ばして。はい、それまで。はい、右足をグッと引いて。はい、付け根に持ってきて。はい、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10。はい。体をひねって反対の胸がつくようなつもりで、胸をつけるようなつもりでね。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10。はい、両足を引いてください。はい、前に。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10。はい、足膝を振って、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、膝を持って、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、左足を伸ばして、右足首。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対。はい、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。指を返して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、引きつけて。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、頭の後ろ。足をかけて。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、反対。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対。はい、3、4、5、6、7、8。指返して。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、引きつけて。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。頭後ろ。足をかけて。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、逆正座。はい、頭の後ろ手組んで。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、引き手取って。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、中足を返して、かかとを持ってぐるっと反ります。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、そのまま。はい、そのまま正座をして、このまま後ろに帰ります。はい。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、直れ。はい、前手ついて、背伸ばし。はい、8、3、はい、4、 反対 H 3 C はい、上体を起こしてください。はい、前後屈10で結び立ち、頭の下手いくんで、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、はい、10、上伸びて、はい、左右に振って、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、閉塞立ちになって前後小手、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、半歩開いて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、引き手を引いて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、クソをつかないで、はい、姿勢出して、はい、肩を回します。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、はーちゃん対、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、はーち。はい、帯をこもって首前後、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、横に、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、ひねって、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10回して、1、2、3、4、5、はい、ロー、反対へ、1、はい、3、4、5、はい、ロー、はい、姿勢出して、はい、それでは回し受けです。はい、前から、1、3、はい、4、はい、横に、はい、1、3、はい、4、はい、今度は後ろに、はい、1、3、はい、4、はい、今度下、はい、1、3、はい、4、はい、直れ、はい、クソを使って、はい、セタして、自然体、右三鎮立ち、よー、ヘイ、はい、右手首を持って指を入れて、はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、はい、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい、正拳をグッと握って、はい、力入れて、はい、振って、はい、反対です。はい、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、反対、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、はい、握って、グッと握って、はい、振って、はい、倒れ、左三鎮立ち、よー、ヘイ、はい、下から合掌、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、指を合わせて、はい、力をグッと入れてください。はい、振って、はい、手の甲を下から合わせて、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、反対に返して、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい、振って、はい、倒れ、はい、右三鎮立ち、よー、待てー、イエーイ、
I'd like to now continue with an explanation of the Kihon basics.
Before going into the explanation, though, I would like to remind you of a number of points vital for general training. Firstly, let us look at the importance of good posture and good balance. This is important for all training. Basically, there should be about 70% of your weight on the front half of the feet, the balls of the feet to the toes.
全側点に 70%、約 70% ぐらいの体重重心を置くというような心持ちですね。そして
The weight is kept low, squarely centered on an imaginary line extending down from your center. Don't lift and tense the shoulders. Again, 70% of the weight is on the balls of the feet, and the weight is centered low. The human body is balanced front and back, left and right, upper and lower. Now, if you can imagine the body being cut along the balance line front and back, then again, along the side balance line, the edge where these two planes meet can be considered your center line. If this line is extended down to the floor, this is the point where the body weight is centered. Now, if you also imagine cutting the body in half, top and bottom, the point where the three planes, front and back, left and right, top and bottom meet, is the center of balance, the center of gravity of the body. This is from where the power of the body is generated. Please try to remember this and visualize it in your training. Stand straight with good posture and balance. The next point I would like to emphasize is the importance of correct movement. Our training is very repetitious for a good reason. The human body is very honest. Whatever it repeats often enough, it accepts. Your body will learn exactly as you move. If you don't move correctly, you will definitely develop bad habits. Bad movement creates bad habits. So whenever you train, it is vital you train correctly. The most fundamental point to remember with all movement is that all movement should be one. Any technique should be done as a single movement. Then, it is important in Kihon Geiko, basic training, to think about the extent, the range of motion of the joint. Without going overboard and introducing unnecessary motion, try to use the full range of movement in the relative joints in all techniques. Then, when you train, whether hitting, blocking or kicking, know exactly what part of your body you are using, what part of your opponent's body you are attacking, and the correct way you should be executing the technique. In other words, know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to and how you are hitting. This awareness should be uppermost in all your training. All your strength, energy, speed, your balance and posture, your perfect form should all be coordinated with breath and perfect timing at the instant of impact in that single motion. Be aware of this idea every time you train. I'll work first of all through the techniques of the upper body. I'd like to start with an explanation of Seiken Chudan-ski. From a correct Sanshin-dachi, the fists are gripped strongly and placed together in front of the solar plexus. Then one hand is withdrawn to under the waki or armpit. The elbow is pulled in towards the spine and the waki is closed. From this position, as the front hand retracts, you simultaneously strike the opponent in the solar plexus. That is the simplest explanation of Seiken Chudan-ski. But as I mentioned earlier, be fully aware of what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to and exactly how you are hitting. With your seiken, you strike straight out sharply at your opponent's solar plexus. In training, always imagine an opponent the same size as yourself in front of you. At the point of impact, be sure the shoulder is down, relaxed, the waki is closed, and the fist is tight and strong. It is important to remember to strike out from the fist, but retract the arm from the elbow. Don't make the mistake of punching out from the elbow and retracting from the hand. Strike from the fist, retract from the elbow. And as I mentioned earlier, the technique is a single movement. In that single thrust, the breath, speed, correct technique, and balanced posture are all coordinated as one.
正拳の中段突き。軽く1、2、気合を入れて、
Next is Seiken Jodansuki, the upper punch. In essence, it is exactly like the Chudansuki, but to the face. The target may be between the eyes, the base of the nose, basically the center of the face. As well, Gedansuki, the downward strike, is also the same. The target area depending on the position of the opponent. If they are standing, the target can be the lower abdomen or the groin. Strike downwards at an angle. If you have controlled the opponent and they are lying on the floor, the target area can be one of many, depending on the situation. So with Gedansuki, there are numerous variations according to the opponent's situation and position.
変化があります。上段突きは同じ要領で中段と同じ要領で上段に、そして下段は同じ要領で下段に持っていきます。1、2、はい、気合入れて、はい、3、はい、5、
Next is Uraken Gamme Uchi, back fist to the face. The striking area is the back of the seiken, and the target is the bridge of the nose. The hands are placed in front of your chin. They are relaxed, the shoulders are down, and the waki closed. Don't tense the body and strain. This is important for all movement. Relax, drop the shoulders and close the waki. When you stand straight, you close slightly the buttocks and lower abdomen and relax the shoulders. Again, don't lead out from the elbow. Strike from the hand. The weight of the whole body is behind the uraken, and at the point of impact, the wrist is snapped. Again, this is applicable to all technique, but be sure the body's whole weight is in every technique.
体全体をいかにして使うかということを意識してやってください。裏剣の顔面打ちです。1、はい、はい、気合入れて、はい、はい、3、はい、5、
Next is Uraken Sayuchi. The hands are at the height of the hikite, the retracting hand, together in front of the chest in the ready position. Again, relax the shoulders. Don't let the hands rise too high in front of the chest. As always, drop the shoulders and close the waki. This time with the elbow at the center of the turning circle. Attack the opponent at the side, aiming for the temple or the bridge of the nose. One very important point, don't let the hands roll over like this. Of course, uraken is sometimes done like this, but the sayuchi comes from above. The hand travels in front of your face, with the elbow at the center, and snaps down sharply from above. The hand then returns along the same line. The shoulder stays down and relaxed, and again, the weight of the whole body is behind the strike.
体全体で動作をします。裏剣左右打ちです。1、2、はい、気合入れて、はい、3、はい、続いて裏剣の膝。
Next is uraken hizouchi. The hands in the basic preparatory position are about one fist off the navel and on top of each other. Again, keep the elbows down, the shoulders relaxed, and the waki closed. The hands then come up naturally into position. From there, strike the opponent's floating ribs with the entire body weight. The center line of the body is the axis, and the forearm swings out and guides the back fist. The movement is somewhat similar to a swinging drum, with the balls attached by strings. This is the image you should carry in mind when doing uraken hizouchi. Once again, know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting to, and exactly how you are hitting. Hit with your back fist into the floating ribs, or where there is no bone protecting. The fist then returns underneath. Next is uraken mawashiuchi. The striking hand is as if hidden behind the body, and the hikite, the retracting hand, comes across to the opposite side waki area. The feeling is as if the hikite is pulling the striking hand around. Also, as I explained earlier, the whole technique is performed as a single movement. It is important you keep this in mind. Know what you are hitting with, where you are hitting, and how you are hitting. Uraken, either the back of the knuckles or the back of the whole hand, depending on the circumstances, is striking the side of the head, or if you move off to the side when the opponent attacks, the front of the face, the neck, even the armpit. There are a number of possibilities. But for the purposes of Kihon, you are striking the temple of the opponent in front of you. The fist hits and follows through in a full circular motion, back to yourself. Take care to keep relaxed in the shoulder and not let the arm come up at an angle. These errors are common, so be careful to shoot directly at the target area, a direct line, and follow through.
Next is Seiken Aguuchi. From a correctly balanced and centered Sanchin Dachi, the shoulders are relaxed. The hands come up naturally to the height of the chin. Take care not to open the chest too much or close the chest off and rob the technique of power. Don't tense and raise the shoulder. Drop the shoulder and close the waki. Keep the arms relaxed. Strike in a natural flow. The target is the tip of the jaw. A small difference will mean you will hit the base of the nose or a different target altogether, so be very accurate and aim directly at the tip of the chin. Don't open the waki. Keep the shoulder and arm relaxed until the instant of impact. Keep the elbow down to protect the body and the hand up to guard the face against attack. The weight of the whole body is in the hand on impact, and the strength of the whole body retracts the hand back after the strike. Punch straight out and retract straight back in a natural flowing motion. Shoot straight out, come straight back.
聖剣顎打ちです。よし、はい、やるて、よし、はい、3、はい、5、6、よし、8、はい、それでは
Next is shita-ski. In general, shita-ski in basics is practiced from kibadachi. From shizentai, cut the fists across the body into ready position. One foot then goes out 2 shoulder widths. 2 shoulder widths as the hands cross in a double block. This technique is a close-range fighting technique. It is not really suitable for striking long range. You are striking an opponent very close in, so the back of the fists rise up in front of the solar plexus. From there, one hand withdraws. Strike upwards from just below the solar plexus and penetrate up into the body. Again, the distance is close range, so don't extend the arm too far out. The elbow remains about a fist width off the body. Close the waki and punch straight. Don't punch at an angle. Punch straight forward.
聖剣の下突きです。よし、はい、気合い入れて、よし、はい、3、はい、5、6、よし、は
Next is hijiuchi. As I explained earlier on, to form a good elbow you must bend the arm strongly. Don't make a large unnecessary movement like this, so that even you are unsure which technique you are using. At the same time as the arm withdraws, the fist comes in close and the tip of the elbow strikes across the jaw. The way you use the shoulder is very important. Don't tighten up the shoulder and execute a small movement. This robs the technique of power. Relax and drop the shoulder and close the waki. Push the shoulder forward and try to extend the elbow out as far as possible.
引く手と同時に
Strike simultaneously as you withdraw the 引き手.
手と同時に持ってきます。イメージとして
You
は
might try and
回転するものを
have an image of a ball turning in this way as the body twists.
回転するような、ね、ちょっとこれを離さずにガッとこう回転
Aim the elbow point at the target and cut it sharply across in a circle
肩を落として
in this way.
肘の先端をちっと
Drop the shoulder, close the waki, and direct the point of the elbow at the target.
肘打ちです。はい、よし。はい。はい、気合い入れて。はい。はい。はい。はい。はい。
This is the basic elbow strike as practiced in Kihon.
直接相手の顎にこう持っていきますけど
The elbow strike is perfect for attacking forward to the side of the jaw
かけるような形でこう
or even under the armpit.
他にも
But there are many other methods of using the elbow.
または上から
Striking down,
落とすような場合または
even striking to the side,
肘を張っていくような場合後ろの敵に
or striking to the
い
back.
ろいろあります。ですからそういった一つ一つの状況を考えながらね
You'll also see many elbow variations and combinations in the kata.
日常の稽古の時でも
Always keep these possibilities in mind and try to apply them in your daily
そういう
training.
ことを忘れないようにしっかりと念頭に置いて稽古をしてください。はい、それでは
I'd like to now continue with the blocking techniques.
の解説をいたしますが、基本的に受けというのは
Basically, the blocks refer to the many ways to defend against an opponent's
相手の
attacks.
攻撃はどこを狙ってくるかということ
So you have to be aware of exactly where those attacks are going. The various vital points of the body can be found on different planes. Firstly, on the center line, from the top of the head to the groin, these are known as the first degree or primary vital points. All the main vital points are on this line. The secondary vital points can be found on the lateral balance line. From the top of the head, the temple, the origin of the jawbone, the side of the neck, down the side of the body, the insertion points of the different muscles as well. All the points on this lateral balance line are known as the secondary vital points. The third degree or tertiary vital points are along the spine, the back side of the center line. The fourth degree vital points are the parts of the body that are protected by the anatomy. The points protected when you go into a fetal position. The inside edges of the body and limbs, the inside of the legs, the armpit area, the throat and so on. These are the fourth degree vital points. All of these vital points are the targets of the attacks. So it is these areas which are protected with the various blocks. As well, whilst there are basic blocks we use in Kihon, there are many different variations used in Kumite. When you practice the blocks in Kihon, you should treat the techniques as attacks against the opponent's attacks. Don't just block, but also attack. Attack their punching arm and hit their kicking leg. This is the correct spirit in which to approach your blocks. Let's begin with the upper block, Jodan Uke. From Shizentai, take up a correct and strong Sanchin Dachi. The arm goes into the Jodan Uke position. The blocking hand is about 2 fists off the forehead. The attack is redirected by having the arm rise up at about 45 degrees. It is this part of the forearm that the block is made as the arm rises up sharply. As far as the actual movement goes, you should always be aware of covering and defending the center line where the primary vital points are found.
手として持ってきます。この時に受ける手は脇から、拳の引き
The
手から
blocking arm starts at the
脇を開け
waki,
ずに脇を締めた状態で
covers across the center line to the opposite side of the body, and rises up at 45 degrees.
引き手は
The hikite, retracting hand,
中線上をカバーしながら外側に
covers the center line
から弾き上げます。
before it
この時に
retracts.
ここで動作が一旦止まらないように
It is also important that you don't pause or jerk during the technique. The whole movement is one single smooth flow.
一つの
Be very aware of this.
この点を間違えないようにしてください。上段受けです。気合い入れて外受けです。
Next is Chudan Sotouke. The hand of the blocking arm comes from behind the head. Pull the elbow right back in a large motion. If the elbow movement is cramped and the angle small, the whole movement becomes limited. So pull the elbow right back. The blocking hand comes from behind the head and the hikite comes from beneath the waki, as if the arm is acting as a cover. It is as if you are pulling the blocking arm around with the opposite hand, and you block with the spirit of repelling the attack with the whole body. In the finish position, there is approximately 1 fist width under the waki, and the elbow is 90 degrees. Generally, you block with the forearm just below the wrist, but sometimes you may use the forearm near the elbow, where it is bulkier, or even the elbow itself. Sometimes you may even block as if to enwrap the opponent's attack, not so much to block, but to absorb the blow in and counter the attack. There are many variations. In Kihon, however, there is only one right way, defending against the technique coming straight in. Don't just block passively, but hit the attacking arm or leg with the intent of breaking it, bringing the whole body into play. In the finished position, the hikite should be back far enough so that the hand is not visible from the front, so the body turns into a hummy 45-degree half-body position. The blocking hand must be taken right across to the other side of the body. Twist the body on the block and redirect the attack away from your body.
そういうつもりで受けてください。外受けです。はい、よし。はい。はい、気合い入れて。はい。3、4、5、6、7、8、9。Next
we have Chudan Uchiuke. In this technique, the blocking arm comes from under the opposite waki, passes along the outside of the arm, and shoots across from the inside. Again, turn into hummi, angle the body, and block across the center line. The block continues to the outside of the body and redirects the attack away from your own body. The movement should be kept simple and natural as the body turns and the arm unwraps. Keep the movement smooth. The setup position can be seen as either protecting the center line or the chin. Once again, the blocking arm comes from under the opposite waki and passes along the outside of the hikite. Keep the movements large as possible and relaxed.
中段の内受けです。よし。はい。はい、気合い入れて。はい。3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Next is gedanbarai, the lower parry. This is perfect for defending against kicks rising up or when the opponent's strike is low. This is also very good for redirecting chudan attacks downwards. There are numerous variations of this block. The hikite begins in front of the groin as if to protect the groin, and the blocking hand is up as though grabbing the opposite ear. Again, take care not to open the waki. Keep the shoulder relaxed and down, and the elbow down as well. The waki is also a vital point, so must be protected. As the arm descends, it crosses past the opposite arm at the forearm. You may also imagine the arm coming down on a wrist hold to escape the grip. As they block, kick or grab, you sweep the attack away with a powerful motion. Again, keep the motion large. Don't let the motion become small and cramped. As always, stretch out and use the full range of your joints in this technique. The last block is uchiuke gedanbarai. The lower parry and middle block are done as normal, except that when done simultaneously, the elbows must meet at the center line. As far as possible, you can cross the arms as deeply as you can. The lower hand passes on the outside and twists into uchiuke. The upper arm crosses on the inside and parries downward in gedanbarai. The arms start and finish simultaneously, smoothly and without jerking, straight into the exact finish position. Do not allow the arms to finish too wide outside the body. Of course, it is possible that an attack may come to the lower and middle levels at the same time, but the application of this technique may also vary so that one arm is an attack. The upper arm becomes uraken, or perhaps the lower arm becomes tetsui. There are numerous variations. Also, the opponent may not be in front. The block may be used in kumite, done from the side, or it may be used against being grabbed. There are many applications possible.
Karate!